Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Hi, folks. Welcome back. I want to mention, now the midterms are coming. I'll say this at the beginning of the video. I'm going to leave a link in the description to another channel that I have, just in case I just suddenly disappear. I have one strike against me that I shouldn't got for reporting on a Project Veritas video. So I'm going to be, I have another channel already set up, two of them actually, and I'm going to be changing the name to Cordisco's Corner, but I'm going to leave a link to one of the current ones in case they take that one too. I'll be covered. So let's follow a tweet from Tim Pool. Politics only flows in one direction. This is all concerning Joe Rogan. Now I'm going to stand with Joe. I'm a tiny channel. He probably doesn't care. He doesn't care if the average person is with him. I think the world of Joe, he's a little left for me, but I like him personally. He's just a regular guy, just like us, just like me. Just a regular guy that's just curious and asks questions and says some outrageous things sometimes like we all do. I think people like Joe because he is just a regular guy. If he didn't have his podcast, he would act exactly the same as he does now. And now they're after him. They're after Spotify. Spotify's stock, I understand, went way, way down. Now, when you're getting financial pressure from stockholders, we'll see. Just need to ride it out. This is going to be the hardest part. They want Joe off the air, or at least crippled, before the midterms start. Let's read some of the posts. It's a political hatchet job. It's obvious to anyone with eyes, of course. The debate about the vaccine has been over. UK just opened no restrictions. They don't want him on the air for the next election cycle. Press secretary asked Spotify to do more. It's not a conspiracy. It's out in the open. When the sitting federal government, the executive branch, and even legislative in the House, asks a private company to censor certain people they don't like, that is fascism by definition. Unbelievable. That is fascism. And when business and government combine and dovetail together, not to cooperate with each other, but do each other's bidding, that's fascism as well. And that definition came from Benito Mussolini, the fascist dictator of Italy that was in the 1930s and through World War II. Let's read on. This is from Joe Biden, United States government official before he was president. 220 deaths. If you're anything else I say tonight, hear this. Anyone who is responsible for that many deaths should not remain president of the United States. And you see that's from October 22nd, 2020. When Joe had a few more marbles than he does now. Now we're looking at 225. U.S. passes 900,000 COVID deaths. Now I think it's a lot lower. There was somebody the other day on Project Veritas that said somebody come in with multiple gunshot wounds and they listed him as a COVID patient. Why? Because you get more money from Medicaid, Medicare, and you get it faster. That's a whole nother kettle of fish, as they say. I'm not a big Dan Crenshaw fan, but I'll say, Dan, well done. I'm with Joe Rogan. Rogan has made a lot of people millionaires. Imagine being one of those people and staying silent now. That's right, because this will blow over in a month. But that silence will never be forgotten. That's right. This is from Brett Weinstein. Now, I listen to him and his wife, Heather, on the Dark Horse podcast. They're old school liberal lefties. We probably don't agree on 85% of our political views. But I respect these people because they used to be what liberals used to be about. First Amendment, Second Amendment, freedom of speech. Joe Rogan seems like a really decent guy. We are not in decent times. That's a great line, by the way. James Todaro, MD. Okay. Spotify is up to 100 deleted episodes of Joe Rogan podcast now. Give an inch to the cancer culture and they will take a mile. Spotify is going to get wrecked. That's right. You can't give it even an inch. They're never, ever, never satisfied. Now, we still rocking with Joe Rogan. Remember, you heard here first. This is an interesting one. The vaccine that redefined vaccination. Vaccination pre-2015. Now, before I say this, because I have a strike against my channel, I have to say this. Consult your doctor, and you and your doctor sit down and do what's best for you. I have to say that because I am on parole until the middle of April. Vaccination pre-215. Injection of a killed or weakened infectious organism in order to prevent the disease. That's what I got when I was a kid. Measles, mumps, polio, polio vaccine just came out just before I was born. I was born in 56. Vaccination 2015 to 2021. The act of introducing a vaccine in the body to produce immunity to a specific disease. Vaccination September 2021. The act of introducing a vaccine in the body to produce protection from a specific disease. Protection, not immunity. And I have to say it again after I read this. Please consult your doctor concerning vaccines or any other medical procedures and whatever you and your doctor decide to do. I have to do it. It's really stupid. This is really telling from Zuby. I've never met a woke person who was genuine and capable of honest, good faith discussion. They're all fake. I agree. Don't look to why so many people trust Joe Rogan. Look to why so few people trust the mainstream media. Oh, yeah. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I got to give that a round of applause. Now, here's the things that are real. Here we go. This is what's happening in real life to these so-called lovers of democracy. This is from Rumble. We are hearing, but have not validated, that Give, Send, Go, that's an alternative to GoFundMe and PayPal, is experiencing server issues and a possible denial of service attack. Any computer guys know what that is. Basically shuts down their system. If true, Rumble would be happy to help in any way we can. We have equipment and engineers on standby. Please feel free to reach out. That's very, very good of them. And I also have a channel on Rumble as well. Most of my videos go to Rumble. Every once in a while, I do a Rumble exclusive, not on YouTube, but I'll be doing that more and more as time goes on. Now, this is from Give, Send, Go. That's the company that is the alternative for raising funds, especially for the convoy, the freedom, the truckers in Canada. We have been under heavy DDoS attack and bot attacks. They're trying to shut down their system. In spite of all this, we still have managed to raise funds 5 times faster than GoFundMe did. GoFundMe raised $10 million in 3 weeks. Give, Send, Go campaign has already raised over $1.1 million in just over 12 hours. Wow, that deserves another round of applause. And I gave him the full applause on that one. So if any of you want to give to the fund for the truck drivers boycott/protest, go to Give, Send, Go. This is from Glenn Greenwald, who is as left as they come, who is just calling it out and has been for the last few years, and he's got a lot of grief for it. It was only a question of time before an all-out war on Rogan began. He's way too big and off-key to permit him to keep going. The concept of free speech in the U.S. is a mirage. You have it right up to the line where it matters or can threaten power centers, then you don't. Well said. And we can read on here. 4 years for walking into the Capitol, probation for burning a school. The QAnon shaman got 41 months in prison for his role in the riot, just walking in and acting stupid. A man who tried to burn down a Minneapolis school during the BML riots gets probation. Pay attention. Pay attention, folks. Where are Joe Rogan's friends? Check some timelines and people whose careers he made don't want to get their own heads chopped off. Extreme cowardice. I agree. There's Eric Weinstein. The only thing Joe Rogan did wrong was apologize. Now, Blair White is a transgender woman. Pretty famous on YouTube and on the internet. Pretty lefty, supporting Joe. Spotify will end up pulling Joe Rogan entirely. The seemingly massive money they paid for his podcast is chicken feed to the people who are desperate to silence him. A backroom deal will be done. I don't believe that, but if it does, it'll be 10 times worse. They'll have to buy him out of his $20 million contract, pay him, and he'll be back on social media and a website the next day. I love this one. People like this have been giving the most health advice lately. That's Dan DeVito as the Penguin. And we'll just go through a couple of more. Hey, Joe Rogan, we don't care that you said some naughty words in the past. Yeah, I swore on here myself. Don't apologize to these losers. They can't be appeased. You'll never be holy enough for them. They just want to see your downfall because you have honest conversations with people they don't control. Well said. Well said. So what are we going to do? What I would advise people to do, I know money's tight. I have a Spotify account that I listen to, but I'm not a premium pay member. But Just go on Spotify, open up an account, even a free one if you can't afford a premium one. I encourage the premium one to help Spotify out, even though they're a lefty group. They're right in the crosshairs of this culture war. And start listening to Joe Rogan's podcast. Even sit there, you know, if you're kind of cheating away, go to a 3 or 4 hour podcast from Joe and just let it run 3 or 4 hours. Believe me, it's very similar to YouTube and their algorithm. Joe gets over 11 million average viewers a day, Monday through Friday. Let's get that up to 15 at 20 million. Make it so he is bulletproof. That's what we need to do. Culture war is starting. What are you going to do? Just opening up an account and letting Joe Rogan's podcast play cost you nothing. But if you don't, it'll cost you everything. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.